My dear students, today I am going to teach you an important topic, that is a radical under the chapter the language of chemistry. All of you know it very well. Generally, compounds are made up of two parts, and these two parts are known as a radical. We, are, we will see in the example of compound of sodium chloride. Here see sodium chloride, NaCl. NaCl is made up of sodium and chlorine atom. When it is dissolved in the water, understand, it dissociates. It dissociates into sodium ion and chloride ion. These sodium ion and chloride ion are known as a radicals. My dear students, we will take another example. Calcium sulfate, CaSO4. It is also made up of two parts, calcium and sulfate. Here, in the dissociation, it forms Ca plus 2 charge and sulfate minus 2 charge. These two parts are known as a radicals. Okay. So, my dear students, all of you have understood about the radicals. Okay. Then after, I'm going to define you radicals. Seeing these two examples, we will define the radical as the radical is a atom or group of atoms of different elements having charge on its self. Understand? You are seeing here these radicals have charges. So these are radicals. Understand? When radical is made up of one kind of atom, it is known as a simple radical. You see, just like sodium radical and chloride radical and calcium radical. When radical is made up of two or more different atom of elements, so then the radical is known as a compound radicals. As examples, sulfate. Sulfate is a compound radical because sulfate is made up of sulfur and oxygen atoms. My dear students, all of you have understood simple radical and compound radicals. Understand? I will give one notice, just like note. When acid react with base, it forms salt and water, and this reaction is very well known as a neutralization reaction. Here, acid HCl react with base sodium hydroxide NaOH. This is the base. It forms sodium chloride NaCl plus water. Understand? Here, so in the sodium chloride, sodium comes from the base. So it is also known as a basic radical. And chloride comes from the acid. So it is also known as a acidic radicals. My dear students, you will see when the salt is dissolved in the water, suppose, it will dissociate into ions. You see here, water. सोडियम क्लोराइड को हम वाटर में घोलते हैं, तो हम लोग ये देखते हैं कि सोडियम क्लोराइड वाटर में सोडियम प्लस और क्लोराइड निगेटिव आयंस में टूट जाता है, और ये सोडियम एक्चुअली सोडियम हाइड्रोक्साइड बेस से आया है, इसीलिए इसका नाम जो है बेसिक रेडिकल पड़ता है, और क्लोराइड रेडिकल्स जो है एसिड से आया है, इसीलिए इसका नाम जो है क्लोराइड रेडिकल पड़ता है. All of you are seeing these are having charges on them. Sodium have positive charge, so it is also known as a electropositive radical, and fluoride has negative charge, so it is also known as a electronegative. My dear students, I am going to give you another example. When sulfuric acid H2SO4 react with calcium hydroxide, base calcium hydroxide, it form calcium sulfate CaSO4 plus water. My dear students, in another example, calcium sulfate, we see calcium is a one radical which comes from base calcium hydroxide, and sulfate is another radical which comes from sulfuric acid. Understood? So, my dear students, all of you have understood about the radicals. Understand? And all of you are also seeing that these radicals have positive negative charges. Understand? And these charges are known as a valency of the radicals. And my dear students, these radicals having valency, so they have combining capacity also. Due to the combining capacity, radicals combines together and forms compound. My dear students, all of you subscribes my channel so that you will get notification and you will able to see the next video.
इस दुनिया में ना तो कुछ मुश्किल होता है ना ही आसान होता है, सारा खेल मानने का है. जो मानता है कि उसके लिए मुश्किल है तो उसके लिए मुश्किल है, और जो मान लेता है कि मेरे लिए आसान है तो उसके लिए सब आसान है.
Take care of your good health and mind. Have a nice day. Thank you.